Morning. How are you? Well, nobody's here yet. That's okay. Had had an idea in the middle of stream last night to put together a coin seminar using all these channels because there's so many people out here doing videos. What if we all got together and picked a calendar time? Say the last weekend of August on Saturday and Sunday, and well, everybody do a video for half an hour or an hour, a live stream so people can chat and talk and go from one channel to the next throughout the day. Just have one video at a time. Several people, one after another. I think we could probably easily fill up the evening, probably extend it early into the morning and later into the night, depending on how many people are involved. But if we promote it well in all our various places we go to, be it Twitter or Instagram or Pinup or whatever is out there, YouTube or MeWe or all these social groups, we could probably get a bunch of people to come on in and watch. They might not watch, every show all day, but knowing it's going on, it might be, an event. We could promote it. It could be a really cool thing, I'm thinking. So I've been taking some notes about how we could pull this off. Where'd they go over here? I thought I'd put them up so you could brainstorm them with me. Let me readjust everything so I could see the chat, should anybody decide to chat. Calling it the YouTube Coin Seminar. Good morning, Ant. Here's the idea. We go from, say, 6 in the morning to 12 at night, Saturday and Sunday. We give people a month or so to get ready. They can write up a script for whatever show they'd like to do. And we get the word out. We make it a coin event. The objective would be to produce a day-long live stream lineup with multiple channels offering 30 to 60-minute programs explaining and discussing a single subject related to coins, coin collecting, or the hobby. The idea is to invite new viewers to the coin community on YouTube and show them what we can offer as a collective resource to make their hobby experience more enjoyable and informative. That's the whole idea. Everybody all at once. Make it a massive event. If we could run it for 6 hours to 12 hours, it'd be big enough that people would come on in and take notice. Working together, we could promote the event, promote the hobby, and promote our channels. We got some guidelines we could work with. It ought to be family friendly. I tend to be a bit salty. Okay, I got a little sign here that says, stop swearing. I'm working on it. It's tough on a guy like me, but we can make it family friendly. Cursing and inappropriate language, we can try to curtail that as best we can, because we're going to have a lot of new collectors and new spectators, so we want to put our best foot forward on that. Giveaways. Here's an idea. Would not be required, to get involved in this. Just give away the information. That's the biggest thing. But it would probably be greatly appreciated and would be an attention getter. And we could put together a schedule, like a TV guide sort of thing. I've got a blog, we could put it there. And if you have a giveaway, put a little star next to you. It would definitely draw more people to your channel. Let's see, informational and educational program is the spirit of the project. Solicitation for sales and donation is discouraged, as these will probably be new people to the hobby and to the YouTube coin community experience. They'll probably not be ready or expecting such solicitations. We'll get them involved first, get them learned up, and then they'll be better prepared if they're interested in buying or donating or supporting your channel. But we'd have to all pitch in. It couldn't be just me trying to promote this thing, because I've got limited reach. There's just one of me. If we got a lot of people involved, it would really work. To pull this off, everybody needs to pitch in to get the word out, invite people to watch, contact other YouTubers who are doing coin videos, and get them in on the idea. Because you'll have your favorite channels. Well, let them know what's going on. And I'll be able to write this up on my blog, as well as leave this video up. And right now we're just brainstorming, so we can have a more formal presentation to put it together and get it off the ground. If it's a success, we could get thousands, or I don't know, tens of thousands. How many people can we get to come over to YouTube from Twitter, from Facebook? Even if it's just for a day, a lot of these people will stick around, keep coming back and watching your shows. You'll be exposed to, you're talking a couple of dozen videos per day for a couple of days. It could be a big event. As a video creator, this means your work would be seen by, hundreds of people possibly. If you're trying to get your channel monetized, that could be a big feather in your cap. You only need what, 500 people on average to get you over the 1,000 subscriber mark. It could give you the boost you need to hit the monetization limits. I got a question, says Anthony Goodley. Would gas bubbles stop a penny from getting really high grade, like MS67 or better? Possibly. Once you get into 67 to 70, the gas bubbles, well, you have a planchet issue. Those top grades, they want a perfect penny. They should not, because it's not a problem with the minting process. It's not a problem with the quality of the coin. But around 70, I bet you it will. Keep an eye on that. That'd be a question for people that submit to grading companies more often. If it's a substantial bubble, yeah, it'll bring it down. I don't see many in the proof 69 and 70 that I moved through here. MS67, you're looking at mint state rather than proof. I've seen some bubbles on medium grades, 66 to 68, but they're much smaller. He says, otherwise, I think I found a registry top of grade coin. Jeez. Good luck with it. We'd love to see it. Send around some pictures. Once you get into 67, there's no blemishes as far as contact marks, or very, very few. One, and it's going to be tiny, right? You start to get into the color, a uniform color across the thing. You're looking for a sharp strike, a complete strike. And I've got some examples there I could show. I've got it right here, matter of fact. Where'd I put that one? One of these boxes, I think. Not sure what I'm talking about. There we go. I've got two proof cents right here. Oh, not something. And let me move this aside. I'll show what we're talking about. How do I get to there? Okay, here's this. Here's the scope. Scope works. All right. Here's a pair of 2000s. They're also looking for how well centered the coin is, the strike. Right, so you want an even rim all the way around. Okay, this is inside a flip. That's my specimens right now. So one is sharp and one is worn. Here you've got good sharp steps all the way across the coin. Whereas the other one, they're a little bit soft. They're kind of washed out. Let me take them out of this holder so we can see them better. Yep, it's upside down. Okay, one sharp, one a little weak. But this would be an ideal thing, getting into the details on grading coins and what's going to pass the mustard and what's not. Let's see if we can sharpen this up. Boy, it's proof, so that's going to be tricky right there. But pick a subject and go with it for half an hour. And here you see the steps are pretty sharp. You got some relief, so my focus at this level is going to be a little tricky. So I'm going to be moving it, wiggling it back and forth. On this one over here, the stairs are, they're not defined. You get a worn out die over here. They put these proofs under a lot more pressure than they do the business strikes, so it's a whole lot easier to squeeze them out a little sooner. Good morning, all, says Steve. Good morning to you. I think I found some DDO war nickels this morning. Haven't had the chance to identify. I've got a desk full of stuff I ain't got to. Yeah, the stuff, it'll build up eventually. Wait for it. Yeah, get some shelving ready. Gosh, boxes, stacks. I've got these cards, right, so I can stack stuff up and get to it eventually. And it works pretty well. I can move, bunches of coins all at once. Pretty darn handy. I can get to it eventually. But every now and then I knock the whole stack over, and then, then I'm cursing like a sailor. I'm no professional grader. All I see at 10x is very small carbon spot and one small nick. You're looking at 7x is the maximum magnification used for grading. Like this little USB scope we're using right here is too much to grade with. You're looking more like something like this would be maximum magnification for grading. These are good looking coins, and that's the stairs we're looking at here. But too much magnification, all coins are ruined. None of them are good. You can keep on magnifying until you're looking at the crystalline structure of the metal, and that'll jump out eventually. You start seeing a speck of dust is going to leap out at you. What is not visible to the naked eye at 7x, well, that's not the naked eye, is it? Doesn't count. It's ignored when you come into grading. But the sharpness of the strike when you get into the high grades starts to matter, which is why I'm showing these stairs. This is a weaker strike. And over here, you get all the stairs jumping out. Okay. Wow, says Nuno. Yeah, these are pretty coins. I got these for a good price. I'll offer them up here and there, $1 a piece. Some people will grab them. I find I get things when there's a good price. You know, pick up a couple of dozen at a time. I found some proof cents on eBay one time. The guy sells watch bands. Well, I had some proof pennies. Nobody bid on them. I got them for a penny plus shipping. So $2.99 for shipping and a penny. I got a dozen proofs for $3. Okay, give it to me. You know, I'm selling them up, you know, slow for $1 or $2 a piece. But that's what I'm talking about. We could do, if you went from 6 in the morning to 12 at night, half-an-hour shows, you could fit 18 different programs. Is that right? No, 36 different programs on each of 2 days, 72 different shows. Even if we didn't, you know, the viewers didn't catch it live, just having it, you know, promoted as an event, they might come back, you know, the next day or the next week and catch all those shows. Maybe they got to go, you know, head to the hardware store to fix a sink. They take off for a few hours. They miss a few of these shows. They might come back and watch the rest, in, you know, on their free time later. I'm no professional grader. All I see is 10x. Yeah. Otherwise perfect, besides tons of gas bubbles. If it looks like the Pox, I think that would not be gradable. The Pox coins, they're screwed up, man. If it's, you know, just covered with Pox. I've got examples around here on that back table, I'm sure. So it might not be MS67 when it has that many planchet flaws. The gas bubbles are considered an error because it's an error in the production. In this particular case, it's because the copper plating didn't bond fully with the zinc, and you get gas bubbles trapped in there. It makes for a weaker coin in that the surface, you can touch it with a toothpick, and they'll give just a little. It subjects them to easily being damaged. And once you break through that copper plating and expose the zinc, just humidity and temperature will transform it into hydrozincite, and it, you know, kind of grows. It blisters, it erupts, if you will. It turns into a zinc bloom, and then it's all downhill from there. Those zinc coins just aren't going to last. So that's what I was talking about. Can we get a lot of people involved? Now, you wouldn't even have to have a channel as things are right now to do this this seminar. You'd have, you know, a few weeks here to get ready. If you've never live streamed before, here's a great opportunity to get involved in the live streaming thing. Set up your stuff, your cameras if you have cameras, or order a camera if you'd like, and see if you can make it work. Get some practice in. Anthony says, that's what I thought. It's an error, so it shouldn't count against the grade. The bubbles didn't pop at all. The problem with it is a very common error. So the error itself, the bubbles don't add any value. They're everywhere, man. But technically, it is an error. What's the check mark by your name mean? Is that something? Verified. Oh, good. I wonder if I have a check mark by my name. I'll have to get that figured out. Ooh, let me kill this real quick. So what I was looking for was some feedback or comments as far as can we put together this coin seminar one weekend. Where'd my notes? I mean, there'd be some people with enough content available. They could pull off a 1 hour show. But a half an hour show, you get in and discuss one subject. Checkmark means I'm verified user. Nowadays, you need 100,000 subscribers to get it. Wow, I got some work to do there. Gee, 100,000. Yeah, they've been raising the bar, and it's really affecting these smaller channels. I mean, I got 1,500, and I'm still pretty tiny. YouTube's set up for singers and music and dancers and such. We have an act or comedy, or mostly the singers and music, and their guidelines often support that, almost exclusively it seems. Small channels, channels with a couple of hundred subs, they're not promoted. They don't get the same support from YouTube, and that's understandable. You gotta, filter out the chaff. There's a lot of channels out there. YouTube's getting more popular, and as these cameras that we have available, like this one over here, where are we? Like home, like say this one. These are affordable. It's a $50 bill. You get a little camera, and I can show that up. And the quality's pretty decent. Here's my thumb. Right? I could sing, I could dance, I could do my thing. People are starting to get into video production, and it's a neat thing. But with all the influx of new people, YouTube's got to take steps, or otherwise they're just going to bleed cash. But with all these things, we have a whole new window opening up in the hobby. Lots of people can make videos. It's not too hard. I think we could promote the production of videos and get more people involved in making coin videos and get their information and their expertise out. And if we did a weekend seminar, that'd work all the way around, I think. Good morning, Charlie. We were talking about that idea I had last night during or yesterday afternoon during the part 2 of the coin class after the storm crapped everything out. Talking about putting together a weekend, maybe in a month or perhaps 2, depending on how long it takes to put this all together and get it organized, and having a coin seminar for the weekend. Different users can get involved, select a time, right? Select a subject, and do a 30 or 60-minute program, and even smaller as possible. We could do some 20-minute shows, just quick shows, where each producer, that'd be like me or you, would do a presentation for however long it takes on a particular subject, having to do with a hobby, maybe exonubia or metals, or just talk about mint state Morgan dollars, or just talk about proof cents, or whatever coin it is that floats your boat, or talk about errors or RPMs or design varieties on nickels, and just expound and go into detail on a subject. And then we promote it to everyone on YouTube, everyone on Facebook, everyone on Twitter, Pinup, Pinterest, all these other all these other social networks, and we make it an event. Right, on the last weekend of August, we have a coin seminar all day, and hopefully people be on time and do their video, and not go over time. And well, it should work if everybody pitches in to promote it to the people that they know, because I've got limited reach. But if you promote it as well, and Ant promotes it, and Nuno promotes it, and Anthony Goodley promotes it, and all the other producers of all these other videos promote it, we could see literally thousands, maybe tens of thousands of people jumping over for that event for the day. I think it would be a great way to get some exposure to the hobby. You get a whole lot of different ideas, different presentations going out. I can't talk about everything. So imagine having your own coin class for half an hour one day. And if it works, we do it again a couple months later, maybe monthly even. I think it'd be a great way to go. what we're seeing is a transformation of the old paradigm of eBay coin sales. Um, Lots of groups over on Facebook are talking about coins 24/7. They ask questions, we offer responses, but with the live streaming, we can show coins off in real time. Here you go. We can show coins in real time, ask questions about these coins live. You know, the people that are watching can watch. Give me another card. Here's one. And we can explain things so we can get good information into people's heads. Anthony says, the only content I put on YouTube is live game streaming. I'm not set up for coin stuff. You know, for a $20 camera, you have the ability to do coin videos. This is the camera being used right now. Let me secure it. So I rim rack this thing. There it is. I can show the coin off. I can move it around. I can tilt it, get different angles, get a widescreen on it. Stretch yourself out. Push it to the next level. I can take this over here, put it under the bigger cam, give you different looks at it, zoom in. Let's see if I can move that in. There you go. What's that? A 1935. Oh, that's the one I was looking for, I think. Is it? Let's have a look at the back. Scope. No, it's the 26, I think. Yeah, it's the 26 that was the VAM number 2. Okay, this is just a regular coin here. But we could do this. Some people might be motivated to take that extra step and, you know, go from gaming to coins, so they increase their repertoire. Nothing wrong with games. Everybody likes games. I don't have time for them. I do play backgammon, probably to excess, but my schedule is just too much going on sometimes. Let's move this ruler out of here. Once I get a new laptop, I'd sure buy a USB scope. Current laptop is way old. I got a Walmart special. I think it was like 300 bucks. They're good for a couple years, but I get a lot of lightning out here. These storms come through in the summertime. That's usually when I lose a laptop. They come through, I unplug the thing so it's not directly connected to the wall. And that tends to help. You get a power surge in these lines. You don't need much, an extra couple of volts, and you can screw up a computer. Charlie says, sounds interesting, good idea. If you were a viewer, what would you like to see? 20-minute shows, half-an-hour shows? I mean, they'd be going on all day is the idea. And you could always come back later and watch the repeats in case you missed one. You know, we could put up a schedule, link to it, you know, have a description of who's doing what, when, what they're talking about, if they have a giveaway. Try to boost some subscription rates. Try to boost some viewerships. I mean, we could bring. I'm figuring thousands. A few thousand people should be pretty easy to get involved as an audience. I don't think anybody's going to stay on from early in the morning until late at night. But you'll have some people that just leave the computer running, and that'd be handy. I used to just collect silver until I watched this show. Now I'm looking for errors and filling books whole new interest. Oh, there's a lot more out there than just collecting wheat pennies out of pocket change. Gosh, the stuff out there. I can't talk about it all. And that's the whole point. Have the weekend seminar here so we can discuss all these different things. You know, you got piece dollars. You got half dollars. Nope, Morgans. You got coins that are loose. You got coins that are slabbed. You got sea hags. Just tell the story of the Susan B. Anthony dollar. Where'd that other one go? Let's see. Here we go. That's under Beth. Beth took this one. There's another piece dollar. All right, much like this one. This one that's loose. That's a 1935. This one's a 1926. But if it's varieties you're getting excited by, let me get this out of the holder and put it under the scope here. You have what's called a VAM. Now, Van Allen and Mollis are two guys that studied dollar coins. I went through Morgan's. I went through lots and lots of them. I started cataloging all these die varieties they're finding. And this one is listed as 1926. This is VAM. That's Van Allen and Morris, their initials. That's VAM number 2. And you'll see that showing up on the with my stick on the tips of the olive branch in the back, or it's just a little bit of doubling here. And there's a die variety you can look for. One of those neat things. But see, all coins have doubling, all series. Well, almost all. Let's see. You got foreign coins with doubling on them. I found this one just the other day. Found it live, which is neat. This is a Mexican 20 pesos. No, excuse me, 10 pesos. Diaz. And you've got some doubling apparent on this coin. And you can see that as split serifs and separation marks and extra wide letters. And I can zoom in more so you can see these split serifs up close. And it's the process occurs during the hubbing of the die, where the hub is pressed into the die to leave the image, the details in the design in the die, and then it's retracted and punched in again. Now the whole idea is to give it a sharper image. But if there's a little twist, a little motion, right, a little bounce or jiggle or wiggle or something moves, you're going to get that impression struck twice. And so now you got overlapping impressions, right? You're struck here, and then a shift, and a struck again, and the result is separation marks. You get these split serifs. They're going to be wider than typical. And depending on how it moves is what you're going to get on the coin. Well, this is pretty substantial, and this one seems to pivot around a point over here at 4 o'clock on the coin. Let's see, where's my stick? There you go. You see the extra serifs up here on the top of the inside E, right down here, matching on the Z. Yeah, that's the excitement. I'm sure a lot more people would be interested once they've seen a stream like this. Well, that's the whole idea. What if we had, 24 streams like this, where people talk about a coin for half an hour, or talk about a specific issue for half an hour and explain it with good clarity, because the way I explain is not the way you explain. And there are people out there who maybe my voice resonates in their ears and they can't stand the sound. I don't know how they can stand the appearance. But geez, what if you want to talk about just high quality, high grade Indian cents? And here's another form of doubling that's not related to hub. Well, it kind of is. This is a form of doubling called Longacre doubling. And I could do a video just on that. And Longacre, he's the designer of the Indian cent. I could zoom that out. And the way he handled his dies when he was mint director was to hit it with a hammer. Right? And by striking the hub into the die manually, what would happen is you'd have this extra little outline around the devices, and they call it Longacre doubling. And the purpose of it was to extend the die lifetime. And you see this on a lot of these Indians, Flying Eagle cents, 2 cents, coins that were produced under Longacre while he was mint director for, 30 years or some darn thing. It's really quite common. There you go. And you'll see it around the devices, around the letters, around the tips of the Indian headdress. There it is. It's not the same as, let's see, this type of doubling, which I think is class 4. There you go. And you see the doubling on some of these leaves. There, we got a good shot there. But it would take some practice, so we'd have, if we can get a bunch of new channels involved, they'd have to learn how OBS or whatever streaming software they're using, how that works, and get some experience behind before they, go live. We do some coaching of it, write a script, You know, get some notes put together, things you want to show, get your coins lined up and ready to go, so you can have a successful presentation. You don't have to fumble your way through the show. The Carter Quarter. I don't know what the Carter Quarter is. Carter Quarter. Nope, don't know. Personally, I like error coins a lot. They're neat. They're out there. You can find them, and sometimes they are highly valuable. Where'd that one I found the other day go? Okay, 1971 double die, and this is listed by Konica as number 4. I mean, you could do a class just explaining what the listing is all about. Who lists it, why they list it, how it's listed, what it means. And we can see it best up here in MeWe. It's 1971. Nice shiner. And we'll get into specific types of double dies. And this one's very close. It's going to be hard to see. You're looking right up at the tips. Yeah, you can see it on the bottom of the W. You can see on the sides at the top, just these little splits. But that's different from mechanical doubling. It's different from die deterioration. It's different from long anchor doubling. And boy, it's so small, it's hard to get in there and see it. Yeah, it shows up best on MeWe. Let's see if we got some over here. I might be at the limit of my scope here. There on the I and the N right on the sides. And lighting comes into play. I'd probably do better with this coin with a flashlight. So it's got extra thickness in there. And it has some notching, some separation lines. Yeah, we could make this happen. Everybody take their own little share of the load. Just pick up for half an hour and talk about one aspect of coins that intrigues you or stands out for you, or that you have some extra knowledge or expertise in, or the specimens of. Excuse me. Boy, that stuff's terrible. I got that throat spray going. I'm sure a lot more people would be interested once they've seen a stream like this. What if we had a lot of streams like this, back to back throughout the day? That's what I'm talking about. We could do this. What would you like to see? How would you like to see it presented? What sorts of things would you like to see? Because we could put together like a want list. There are people who would be more than happy to fill out a form and explain what they'd like to see, and lots of people who would be able to present those subjects that they're talking about. I mean, if you get a lot of people want to see stories about flying eagle scents. That's saying, hey, make the show and we'll watch. That's the whole idea there. Okay, we're a half an hour into it. I'm going to let it go for a little longer. Maybe we'll get some people coming up with some good feedback and talking and saying, here's some ideas. Here's what we could do. How can we get the word out better? How many people do we need to get the word out? How do we motivate viewers to help spread the word? Because I think for this to be a success, it comes down to promotion. Let's see, there's the peso. Just spreading the information and getting people invited, letting them know it's out there. Because if we're going to do it, it'll be a one-day event. Where's Beth's coin? There you go. So if we fail with the promoting of the thing, it'll be well, it'll still be fun. We'll still have good things going on, but we won't get the same viewers that we could if we were successful with promoting it. I think the key to it is getting the word out. What say you? Let me put these pennies away. And I could probably put up more information on the blog with more ideas. But what we're looking for right now is brainstorming. Give me your ideas. How would you do it? How can we make it more successful? How can we get more people involved in making videos, in promoting the event? I think preference would be given by those to those that are offering a giveaway. It doesn't have to be much, a small coin with some interest, maybe an RPM, and they're out there. You can get those easy enough. I'm sure a lot of people would be interested. Bub, you know that Susan B. Ugly was 28 in the photo used to make the design, or the designer was ordered to make to keep the image to the photo. She was 28. God, she'd been ugly for that long. She died in her 80s. That's 28. Oh, God, that is an unsightly woman. What are you gonna do? Oh, there she is. That's a darn shame. The doctor comes out. It's a girl, but man, she's ugly. Well, keep slapping her. Doctor, she fell out of the ugly tree, hit every branch. I'll definitely be thinking of it. Yeah, get back to me. You've got an email address. You know where to find me. If you can't find my email address, click on any video, of course, and there it is. Say, hey, man, I got an idea. And just share that idea. Because it's going to take a lot of people to pull this off. A show on a specific series. Maybe something on conditional rarities. There you go. Yeah, if you had, everybody doing a different series, we could still go well beyond, 36 shows. You get 18 hours in a day, because, not a whole lot going on overnight, but you can still schedule that because there's people up all the time. The East Coast, we get up at 5 in the morning. Well, on the West Coast, that's 2 in the morning. So we could do all day. But if you do a half an hour at a time, the most, in 2 days, you're looking at 72 different shows, maybe 144 shows. And that probably is how many series of coins are out there just in the U.S. You include the gold, the half cents, 2 cents, 20 cents, all the pennies, all the nickel designs, all the halftime designs. Yeah, it just goes on and on. Then you get into the varieties and errors. Conditional rarities, like the 14D, where you have, what do you got, 400,000 of the things surviving or something like that? I'd have to look that up. Oh, let's see. Let's look that up. We'll pull up the coin video and blog directory here. We'll watch it load. Where's the screen? Here's the screen. And you've got the link to this. That's not it. That's the wrong one. The link to this, the coin inventory and checklist, that's it. It's in the description below, so you can catch it. And let me straighten her out here. Yep, there it is. And it's loading, so give it a moment. And on the bottom, you got a bunch of tabs. They're not quite in there yet. Let's see. It should show up at the bottom. There it is. You get these tabs on the bottom, so you can go over to Lincoln Cents, right down here, and that'll load up and take forever. 1914D. Here you go. They were so excited about the 1909S, the collectors of the day, and there weren't that many collectors back in 1914. So you get 1.1 million produced, maybe 10% surviving, but because it was overlooked, a lot of the high grades, well, they just kept on circulating. So out of the 120,000, you got about 2% that would be uncirculated in good quality grade, nice full red luster. That's a conditional rarity. 1931, they didn't want to make the same mistake when that came out. You had 800,000 produced, and they got hoarded. So 1931S, you got 866,000 mintage. But the collectors, first off, there's more of them, and second, they knew early on that it was going to be pretty low mintage, so a lot of them got hoarded. You got all kinds of them in high grade, and not that many in low grade. So, well, it's a rare coin. It's a key date for the series. 80,000. That's it. There are fewer 2 centers, but these guys go for $50 for for circulating grades. But the neat thing with the 31S is not a whole lot of difference in the price from very fine into, say, MS63. Yeah, an extra $100. Sure, but a lot of high grades. You can get them for, $1.50, $200. and they'd be pretty darn presentable. Let's find my way home. Yeah, we can talk about conditional rarities. Where is home? I lost it. What's this? I seem to have killed off my live stream. All right. I wonder if I am live streaming. Wait for it. Yeah, I didn't open this in a new window, so I might have screwed things up. That's not it. Well, we'll find out shortly. Here's back to the dashboard. This is the page on YouTube where I can see things. And I understand if I am streaming, it's going to keep on streaming. We're going to find out in just a moment. And so it was an interruption. Did I screw it up? Here comes the chat. Live stream online. I don't know if I'm on. It says I'm live. Did I go offline for a little bit? Here comes the chat. It's reloading. It's coming back up. I noticed that if I post WDDO, WDDR, and CoinOp, occasionally someone will ask what that stands for, perhaps a segment on the cataloging of varieties. That'd be great for you. Could you do that? Could you explain that one? Because that would be ideal. And then compare, what does DDO? That'd be Konica. How about SDDO? That'd be the standard database. You got, the funny letters FS 101, used by Cherry Picker's Guide. That's over here. That's under here. There's the Cherry Picker's Guide. So you'd have their nomenclature. There's a way of cataloging these various varieties. Nope, watch the handle. And there you go. You got FS 01, 1990. I can't read that. 1966, number 101. Right? And you get a cross-reference there to Konica, their designation, double die number 1. And that would be this particular double die for the 1966 Lincoln cent. Okay, so it's out there. Stream's okay? Good, because I left the YouTube page to show off that that other thing. Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, there's all this information. There's no textbook. There's no handbook yet on the coin collecting textbook, Coin Collecting 101. You got the red book, and it's kind of handy, but it says it weighs this much and it's this big, and they made this many. Give me some background story on that, because we can talk about one series of coin for half an hour and still not touch it, and still just hit the surface of it. What if you did it like say monthly? You'd have, in a year, we'll have assembled a vast selection of material. It would become an important body of work with all these people involved doing different coin classes of their own. There's Black Steel. Good morning. You might like the idea. Were you here yesterday for the coin class after the storm? We talked about putting together a coin seminar. Get a bunch of YouTubers making videos about coins, pick a subject and talk about it, explain that subject fully. Everybody do a coin class for a day. And do a half an hour, maybe an hour segment about a subject of interest to you. And if we could do a lineup, an all-day lineup, just a coin marathon, I think we can make it work. So, would you be interested? And would you be able to help promote the whole idea? Because, geez, we run it from 6 in the morning to 12 at night, half an hour segments. You're talking 36 different videos about coins. And we could go, talk it up. Hey, we'll get an event going on YouTube. Come on over and watch. And then come in throughout the day and see different videos. What are those coins there? These are just sitting on the desk. We'll get the big show tonight. I thought I'd try to give this away. I usually don't have any trouble giving these away. And I pulled this out from the back box over there. That's a 1981 S There you go. Explain the type 1 and type 2 to these people. Where are you? There you go. There. God, she's just so unattractive. The hair does nothing for her. She doesn't have the. She got that beak on there. That's a hornbill, and that is a type 1 mint mark on the 1981. The type 2 is a little more open. It's early. I just thought I'd get on and talk about the idea we had. Have a coin seminar. See if we can spark some interest, get some feedback, get some brainstorming going, better ways to do it, different things to include. I'd be more than happy to come on every 3 hours and do like an MC sort of thing. Here's what's coming up in the next 3 hours, and offer links to the various channels so people can stay focused and go from one channel to the next. I've got the blog in place, so setting up a schedule for the entire day, that'd be a piece of cake. Ain't nothing to it. And of course, we have the video directory. Did we have that? Well, let's open that in a new window. Go in video. There, wait for it. I was originally watching Lemon, but he was having trouble with his stream. I wonder if he's back up. Good, a little bit. Oh, Lemon is back up. Oh, good. We can go back over and watch Lemon. Lemonhead Penny's live. There you go. He's working on OBS to improve his thing. And here's the blog Livestream Directory. You got all these channels. I got 100 listed here already. Really, if you had everybody in the list did a half-an-hour show, it would run over 2 days all by itself. And there are plenty of channels that are not listed. All right. Where's Black Steel Reserve? I think he's in here somewhere. Let's look under B. Getting this thing to respond. There's Black Steel Reserve. We got 72 subscribers. Geez, if we promoted an all-day long event, right, to thousands of people, and they filtered in, over the course of a day, how many subscribers would you be able to pick up? I suspect 72 would become a very small number for you. There we go. There, we can see good stuff. I wonder if we saw any of that. Yeah. The idea, we not only do we promote the hobby to all these people and put out, good information and lots of it on various topics, every topic under the sun. But as a producer, as a YouTuber, you get exposure to your channel. And we're talking, you're in a list and people going down the TV guide. Okay, here's a guy talking about whatever. That's my thing. I'm interested. I'll click that and watch that for half an hour. That's all we're asking out of you is give us a good half-hour show. Talk about a single subject. Can you get 1,000 people to view? I don't think that would be a very big number at all. We could probably potentially reach tens of thousands of people. It'd be a lot of work to make it happen, but if we could pull it off, geez, could we do it again next month? How about that one? Make it a regular thing. What would you do? What kind of what would you do for a show? Because you can have 10 people talking about Lincoln cents and still nobody's talking about the same darn subject. Is it a way to split screen, like 5 of us on one screen? Yeah, there's what the hell do you call it? You can go to Facebook and do a group chat. There's Google Hangouts. We tried that before. I haven't figured out how to make it work with YouTube. We did it on Robert Lawson's stream. We had 6 of us on there at one point. Worked out great. Yeah, we could jump over there and do that. Actually, I usually look for you in the early morning. My sleep schedule's all over the place. Sometimes I'm up. Sometimes I'm just, catching Z's. Sometimes I'm out in the yard looking at whatever's left of them tomatoes. The weeds are taking over what's left of the garden. The heat, it usually happens this time of the year. It's tough to grow stuff in the heat of the summer out here. So you just let it go. What the hell, the weeds, you ain't stopping them unless you got 6 feet of mulch. Yeah, but we could do another brainstorming session. What I'm doing now is just getting the idea out, putting it into people's heads. So what would you do? How would you do it if you were trying to coordinate it and direct it? How would you make it happen? A coin seminar, coin weekend seminar. Would you have a subject to put out? Would you do 2 shows? How many people can we get involved? Because, geez, you got there's 100 people on that coin video directory already. Probably a couple of hundred more. I haven't encountered them, haven't got the links yet. That would be sweet, so that the information what would be mixed up, because some people say different things and leave out valuable information. Yeah, do a coin class on a subject, whatever it is. Because whatever subject you choose, you're going to probably know enough about it to do a 30-minute show. And just educate these people. Say, here's what's going on. Show off the coins. You can put it under the scope. You can put it under a bigger camera. There you go. Show off mint marks. Show off designs. Get into double dies or RPMs or varieties or values or where to look up information or whatever you like. Show it off and show and tell. That's the whole point. But if we promote it, we put together a couple of hundred people making videos, a couple of hundred people who are regular viewers, and get hundreds of people over into YouTube and Twitter and what's that one, Instagram, chatting it up, getting people talking about it. It's going to be on the on the 37th of August, starting at 9 in the morning, going all night. 5 might be much, maybe 3 at a time. Yeah, we've had 5 before, but it works. We had 6. It was me, Lemon, Robert Lawson, James Owens, Frank Waddell, Beth got in there for a little bit. Yeah, we had a bunch. Did that coin just have an error? No, that one was normal. That's a regular 1980S Morgan MS64, and the other one hanging around is a Type 1, which is a mint mark variety. And there were 2 for 1981. There are 2 for 79 and 2 for 81. And both of them with the S mint mark. So would 30 minutes be too much, or would we want to go to, say, a 15 or 20 minutes so we can fit 3 in? We'd have to all get on the same time so that we can, we don't get a whole lot of crossover. And if we did it right, at the end of your show, you'd be talking up and offering a link to the next show in that series. So the viewers can just go down below the video here and click on the link for the next one. Or they know where to look, put in a link to the directory or the TV guide for the program. I think 30 would be good. 30 in a chat? Good Sunday morning, Joshua, right? Is it Sunday? Looks like Sunday. Can't really tell. I'll get a good night's sleep. Got up and said, I want to work on this project some more. We had an idea come up in yesterday's coin class, right towards the end of the show. And the idea is to have a coin seminar that lasts all weekend. We get a whole bunch of people making videos live, so viewers can come in and ask questions. Oh, I mean, how long live streaming? I'm thinking a half an hour is probably sufficient time to convey a complete idea. And that would be the objective. Talk about a particular subject related to coins. Maybe it's tokens, maybe it's exonumia, maybe it's weird stuff like this thing, like the cube. You get the coin board here. There are so many different aspects. You could talk about books, organizations, magazines, shows, all of it. Pick one and expound on it. Do your own coin class for half an hour. Maybe your show is short. We'll have people who they'd like to try to get involved, but just a taste. Maybe we could do an hour or 2 with 15 or 20-minute segments. I think would work. Why not? There'll be some people that could probably expound for an hour. I've gone on these things and talked for, several hours before. And the way it works, you just get into it with the chat. Chris Hurley says, use the OBS software. The standard for the OBS is standard. Yes, it works pretty well. It's what I'm using. Here's what it looks like to me. Where's the screen? Here's what I see. Right? And you'll see, there you go. Start at the little dot, which is up here. And it goes down to, if I can make it move, goes down to the green dot. And it gives me all the information. I'm able to see what I'm doing on the screen. Right? If I move it right, I can see what I'm doing, in the little windows here. And I can also see the chat over here on the right. And so usually I have it set up with a home. If you haven't used it, it's fairly simple. You just install the software. Here you go. I got different parts. I got Ask Ken. You got a scene. And what you're seeing up here is the scene. So I've got a picture of me right there. I've got the picture of the screen, which is what I see on my computer. And I can set that up. So there you go. I've got different parts I can put into this. I can add an email. I can move the parts around. I can move me down to here, for example. Right? Yeah, that's the screen. Over here is the parts of that scene. That's the screen and me. So I got different parts. Here's the home scene. But if I click on that, you won't see the OBS part. But here it is. I've got me. Down below here, I've got this is a slideshow. So I got like a dozen pictures all set up, ready to go. Up here, I've got my email. I can move that around. Now it's down here. Move it back and forth. So you're able to set up the layout for your picture. Right here, that's the big camera, and I can shrink these. I can resize them, and I can actually zoom in because it's going to increase the. Oh, there it is. That's the same camera. There's my finger, so I can increase the focus, increase the zoom capability of these cameras effectively by increasing the size of it on the screen. There you go. And I can set, some things can be on top. Let's see. Here's video capture device number 5. That's this screen. If I move that down, there you go. Now I'm up here. This little image is actually underneath that one. So yeah, it can get awkward. And you just move it out of the way. Put that on top again. There, it's on top. So you can design the screen whatever way suits you. Let's see if I can fix this, because this is on top. And you just grab the little corner with the mouse, and you can make it the right size you need for what you're doing. I can make that a little bigger. All right. You can even have it off the screen. You can have part of the scene off the screen. Move it around there. Where is it? There it is. And then bring it back in. But you're able to set up the screen whatever to your liking is. Here's the screen again. This is what I see. Whoops. Whoa. Whoa. To the wave. Let me fix this. Let's see. You can set up a static image. That's just a picture. That's all it is. Then you can move it around, resize it. There's the home scene. Right. Here's a screen. I'll run this at the start of the show. And then I can click back and forth. Here's the USB scope. Just add different cameras and set up the scenes. I can actually change the email on this page. Where is it? There it is. I can actually move that around. I can have different text on different scenes. Let's see. But over here, I've got all this little gibberish, so I can increase or decrease the volume. This one here is the desktop audio, which is the laptop. Over here, desktop audio 2 is actually that's the microphone on this camera. so I can, mess with stuff there. But if you can add it to your computer, and it's an input device, you can add it to the OBS. Black Steel says, I think me and you are on the same time. Could be. Mine varies. I get around. No, I meant how long streaming. Yeah, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 15, 20, something. Come up with a uniform. You can always have a Q&A at the end of your show. And that last minute or so, set up a timer. You got a clock on the computer or the phone. Shouldn't be too hard. As long as we have the same time, for start and stop. And we got some play. You're within a minute. That's good enough. But run it for half an hour. Let's try not to crowd out the next guy. When your stop time is. Have a little Q&A at the end and answer a few questions, because there's going to be people who are live, haven't done this before, don't know how. So we'll have to give them a walkthrough so they can set up a YouTube account so that they can then chat. And then promote the next show coming up, because the guy before you promoted your show. And we'll just do, daisy chain it all across the board. Let me know when you get your package, Ken Peavy, how you like it. I sure will. It hasn't come in yet, but I haven't checked yesterday's mail. It was raining hard there. I just DID'd. I just did. We'll try experimenting with. I'll download it. That must be it. How many cameras do you recommend? I got one for close-ups. I got one on the laptop. That does me. Now, people are here not to see me. They're here to see the coins. So I got the, this was $50 at Walmart. That's a webcam. That's all it is. Show stuff off. That was on my desk. Here's the darn desk. I could move it around, take different shots. And this is what I use for the studio, right? And my studio is usually this piece of cardboard. Well, foam. This is a piece of foam. You get up at Walmart, they got 30 inches by 24 inches. I chop them up. I set my coin on a single piece, right? So I can move my single coin around. There you go. But I can stick it under the scope, and now I can move the card without sticking my finger on the coin. And it's real handy when I zoom down low. So that's one camera here. The studio camera is number 2. And this is the USB, so I can get right into the details. Because if I'm talking about coins, we probably want to get down into them details and look, inside the 3. And we can do that. And it seems to be a good mix. Now, if you've only got the one camera, that's just as good. You can always talk. All right. You see people, they talk about coins, and they hold it up, and that's, let's see, where is it? Here's the widescreen. Nope. Here's me. And this is their whole show. And they hold up a coin and they show it off that way. And that whatever they're talking about. And it's simple. It works. You can make it happen. Right? If you get 2 cameras, so much the better. Now you can start setting up a scene. So here you got 2 cameras. And if this is all I had, I could still do pretty well. Right? Now the studio I have is usually I put the black background down. And I could put that on top of a book if I wanted to. There you go. So I'm just talking about the one thing. That's all you see. Oop, lost my armrest. All right, but if you got 3, now you can go from one to the next to the next. Never miss a beat. And it adds ability is what the various cameras do. Do you have a segment on helping people to get started streaming? Yes. Oh, let's see. I'm going to go over here to my channel. Wait for it. It's loading. What am I saying? Come back. Now I'm loading a page, so it might slow it down. And go to the screen. Here's my channel trying to load. Just click on my name, you should get to here. All right, and you go to videos, right there, and it'll give you a whole list of videos. And we started talking about this during during the blue screen, during the after the storm. But let's see, where is it? We got a couple of them on there. It's just to help get you started. I'm by no means an expert. There you go. How to make videos using OBS. That's what you want. Can you see it? Let me see if you can see it. There, look for the black with the blue stripe and the OBS logo. That's it. And just click on that, and it's an hour, and it's mostly just me babbling. And there's another one I made. Let's see if we can find that. Oh, do. I had another one. Maybe it was before that. Well, just go through. There's 100 videos. Let's see. When was that one? Oh, no, that's not it. That's not it. Brainstorming workbook, staying groovy. I lost it. Let's find it, because it was around this time. This one was, says a month ago for the make videos using OBS video. Let's see. I had another one. Let's find it. Well, it's back there. You just have to keep on scrolling. I haven't organized these so well. I got to put together a page on my blog that'll categorize these. I've got some playlists, and you'll see that right here in this section, in the playlist, but I don't think the streaming stuff is on there. Well, keep looking for it, but it's about a month, or within the past couple of months. Yeah, be up there in the earlier section. Let's see. I don't think it's a couple of weeks, be a couple, 3 weeks ago. Coin licking. Let's see. Inspection. Big show. Stack of dimes. Splitting wigs. Strive to make quality videos. What the heck was that one? Was that a spoof? I think that was a spoof. Let's look at it. No. I don't know. That might be it. I was doing something with it. I think that's a spoof. It's 5 minutes. I'm sure it's a spoof. But there is another one. Like a freaks video testing. Realistic expectations. No. Make a Woody. Sniping cuds. Start collecting double die touching coins. Insomniac Theater. Well, it's out there somewhere. Practice. That might help. New Time, Slab, Insomniac, Mail Call, Staying Groovy. It's out there somewhere. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. I got a couple hundred videos. Probably 300 videos right now. Let's see, where's the chat? There's the chat. I move this back over so I can see the chat. There you go. And hit the home button. What software do you use for your microscope? I use the OBS. OBS handles the cameras. It's not a problem. It's a regular USB camera video input device. OBS handles it. Everything opens through OBS. I don't open the camera and then open OBS. I start with nothing running. I launch Google Chrome so I can get to, let's see, where is it? So I can get to the YouTube page for live streaming, which is this page, right? And you can set it up. And this is important too. You get this information down in here. Let me put this on pause. There, pause. You got your live streaming options, your title, right? This box is important. You can do a lot with this. You can include links, right? Here's the consignment information if you want to consign coins. I promote the big show. There's my address. There's a PayPal link. All right, stuff you got to have. I like to support these channels. We got Beth, Mantic, and Hoogie's Hobby Shop. Let's see what to do, how to pay for an order. I'll send an invoice if you're buying stuff. All right, here's my blog right in here. 1 Million Pennies Project. Let's see, coin of sales trades. Link is sent to everybody cheat sheet. Here's the coin collector checklist that we showed that earlier. That'll take you. It's not up there. Let's see. Giveaways. I should have a link to the directory, which is this thing, so we can make that easier. But here I could add, if I were to do, you know, if we did the this seminar thing, this would be where you'd have a link to the next channel coming up, right? Or a link to the TV guide, so you can send people over, and we'll have a schedule. We could probably do it right up on here, right? Yeah, we could do that right now. Let's add. Now we'll add a page. I'm going to move it to the end. Come on, I'm going to move it to the end, and we can. Let's rename that. How do we rename that? Okay, coin seminar. There you go. We got Saturday, and we can do a Sunday show. And we got time, channel, subject, and we'll do the same thing again for Sunday. Let's just copy that, copy, paste. Sunday, 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 Sunday. Okay, date to be announced. For more information, see video, not yet linked. Yeah, we could dress this up and make it pretty and stuff, but you'd have, you know, 7 a.m., 7:30, 8, 9, 10, 10:30, no, channel, J-Bob, Bubba's coins, you got Sully's coins, you got ABC coin guy, you know, subject, and we can resize this as need be. There you go. He's going to talk about die deterioration. Bubba's going to talk about Morgan dollars. Sully's going to talk about 1914D. ABC coin guy is going to talk about slabbing. Me, you, us, them, and we can put in a link here. So all you got to do is just click on that link, and that'll be no problem at all. Let me get rid of these. Oh, let's see, delete. There. I'll put a big box around these so you can keep it straight. There you go. So you got Saturday, and over here you got Sunday. Yep. Set it right up. So now you got a subject, you got a date, you got a time, you know who's doing it, you know where to go. And all you'd have to do then is link to this blog Livestream Directory. Okay, what is it? There's live. There's my chat. And find this again. There. Now I can see the chat right up here, and I can see my screen. Yeah, we can make this. We can pull this off. What do we need? If we had 10 channels on each day, going for half an hour, that would be good enough. That would fill it from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Excuse me. And that'd be a big enough event to make it work and start getting the word out. And if it's a success, you can guarantee 50 people will jump on it the second time around. Morning, Harold. We're just talking about doing a seminar, doing a coin seminar for a weekend is the idea. If you have a subject you can talk about for half an hour, effectively make your own coin class. We get a schedule going. We get a bunch of channels all talking about different things throughout the day. So we have a live stream lineup lasting all weekend, right? And just, you know, promote the heck out of it. So we get a lot of people coming over to see it. promote the bejesus out of this thing. Everybody talk to the people that they know, because I don't know people you know. And each channel, of course, you do your presentation. You're talking about, say, Morgan dollars, or you're talking about, silver bars or silver designs or foreign coins, or where's that one I like? It's gone. Is it under here? Might be under here. Well, here's one. Maybe you're talking about Proof Kennedy $half for a half an hour. Have a coin class. How much for the 1880? We're going to give that away today. That's the whole idea. And we'll bring in about $70 in the big show, and then we'll include that in the package. It'll be fun. So what we're trying to do with this show right now is get some feedback on how we could make it happen. This coin seminar. It's lasting all day. What do you think? Who do you think would be interested in hosting a show? Everybody, look, if we got 50 shows lined up, and all the viewers of all those shows are informed, and we send everyone forth to talk to everybody on YouTube, in all those groups, on Facebook, over in Twitter, right? All the little hashtags. Coin seminar, August 41st and 42nd. Is there some permission thing you need from YouTube to live stream? Well, you got to have an account, and if I could see your name, you already have an account. So, just go over here on your left. Where is it? Screen. Here's the screen. Over here on the left side, if we can see that. Let's see if we can see that. Yeah. You got the navigation bar. You got one that says live streaming. All you'd have to do is go into stream now, and you'll get this, and you set it up and press the, give it a title, right? You can add a picture up here, add description, and get a streaming software like OBS. And they got this new thing, which is camera. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to play with that. I think that will stream right off your computer or phone, and that's all you got to do. And just press it and just try it. That's the best way to learn, is to try it. You can always delete it. You can always set it to private. Where is that one? Where's that one? Over here in stream options. I don't know where it is. How about over here? Advanced settings. I'm off the page. And somewhere in here you can set it to private, so only the people with the link can see it. Syndication, allow embedding. No, I don't see it. Huh. Well, it's out there. Yeah, just play with it. I'm not here to teach you how to use it. I'm just here to use it. Okay, stream now. Go back home. There it is, right there. See, it says public. And that might be here somewhere. Wait for it. We're coming back to the page. Yeah, I gotta stop leaving this page, because this is the base I need to know what the heck is going on. Yeah, we lost the darn chat. I have to get that going. What's this? It's not responding to me. Come on, respond. There. Let me kill that other one. Yeah, try it. Practice. It's the best way to get to it. But you could make a video. Maybe that's your thing. Maybe you're a better instructor than me, and putting this together, you could get a lot of people watching you and have a regular show. You can actually monetize these things and make money. Here's my channel analytics. Here's what I made in the past 90 days. $79.80. Gosh, how pitiful. Can we see it? Yeah. So I get money from YouTube about every 4 months. That's not too shabby. What I get yesterday? Nothing yet. Okay, there. Wait for it. It should tell me. Hello. What are you doing? Let's see. 76 cents is what I made on those 2 shows yesterday. Friday night was a little better. $1.50. But when you get to $100, they drop some money in your account. So it just adds up and builds until you get to 100. Geez, a secondary income? Yeah, you can do that. It's kind of nice. It's not much. I just spend it on coins or groceries or car insurance or something. So you don't need permission from YouTube. You already have it. It's how they, it's like you don't need permission from Facebook to post on Facebook. YouTube just has a whole lot bigger hard drives. Yeah, why not? You could do it. You know what it's all about. Talk about dye varieties that you find all the time because you're a machine at it. We could make it work. Okay, look, I'm going to take off. I got to get to the hardware store. I got a plumbing issue in the bathroom that needs attention. I need a part. So hopefully the thing will fill. It's, like $4. I'll be okay. And I'll be back later tonight. We have the big show at 9:30. I'm going to be sending out a bunch of invoices throughout the day for all the things that were sold up on this past Friday night. I got a couple items to package up and get them ready to ship out tomorrow. Plenty to do, but think about what I said. You can watch the whole video again to get a better explanation. And let's make it happen. It'd be good for us. It'd be good for them. It'd be good for the, good for the hobby. We have a weekend coin seminar. So do your share, pitch in, spread the word. I'll catch you guys later.